This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for June 20, 2023, concern as man charged with a quadruple murder among 8 high-risk escapees. A man charged with a quadruple murder is among 8 high-risk detainees who escaped from the Black River Police Station lockup on Monday, triggering concerns about security measures there. The man, Anward Kirky Hines, has been charged in relation to the murders of 4 farmers: Archibald Brown, 60, his brother George Brown, 57, Maurice Sanderson, 40, and Ezra Wright, 73, in the remote community of Claremont in St. Elizabeth on May 27, 2015. At that time, police had said he was believed to be the leader of a gang which was a remnant of the infamous Stonecrusher gang. In July 2015, he was found hiding in the ceiling of a house in Hatfield, Manchester, and apprehended. The other detainees who escaped on Monday are Oral Cole, 31, from Comfort Hall, Manchester; Richard Brown, 34, from Middle Quarters, St. Elizabeth; Alric Hutchinson, 38, from Brighton District, St. Elizabeth; and Dean Simpson, 34, from Turner Top, St. Elizabeth, who were all in custody charged with robbery with aggravation. Javon Sims, 25, from Copperwood, St. James, and Kenneth Stewart, 30, from Beacon Hill, St. Catherine, were both being held for murder, and Demar Williams, 29, from Gravel Heights in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, who is facing a shooting with intent charge. In a press release, the Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit said the police were conducting a routine cell check at approximately 6 a.m. on Monday when they realized that the men had escaped. They cut the metal bar at the window. It has to be a machine they used to cut that. One cell guard with 60-odd prisoners, a police source told the news, raising concern about the security at the lockup. Head of the police's communication unit, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, issued a reminder to the public that it is a criminal offense to harbor a fugitive. So if anybody sees these individuals turn up in their community, report it to the police immediately. These men are supposed to be in custody, so if they turn up with relatives or friends, then they are to alert the police and not to harbor them, she said. The police said they will be deploying all available resources to ensure the escapees are captured. They also urged the escapees to turn themselves in and allow the justice system to take its course. Evasion will only amplify the severity of the situation. The public's assistance is crucial during this time. Residents are encouraged to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities or unfamiliar individuals to the National Intelligence Bureau tip line at 811, Crime Stop at 311, Police Emergency at 119, or the nearest police station, the police said in the news release. The police also said that the Inspectorate and the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau is conducting an internal investigation into the circumstances of the escape and to reinforce preventative measures. The murder of the 4 farmers had shocked the nation. Police had reported that about 8 p.m. on May 27, 2015, during a power outage, 3 of the 4 victims, Archibald Brown, Sanderson, and Wright, were playing dominoes by candlelight at a small shop operated by Wright's granddaughter when 3 armed men entered. The gunmen pushed the young woman away and shot the 3 men multiple times. They died on the spot. The gunmen reportedly encountered George Brown some distance away, shot him, and slit his throat. Victims of social media defamation should be encouraged to file lawsuit, says Brooks. Senior communications strategist for the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Dennis Brooks, says victims of social media smear campaigns or defamation should be encouraged to file lawsuits against alleged perpetrators. Mr. Brooks made reference to recent erroneous information being circulated on social media in relation to the composite sketch released by the JCF of a woman believed to be a person of interest in the murder of 8-year-old Daniel Rowe. The JCF released a statement on the weekend warning against what it termed the dangerous practice of people sharing images and crafting narratives about women who have no connection to the ongoing investigation. Mr. Brooks said increased public education will result in more people taking court action and encourage a responsible use of social media.
You did not deserve what happened to you, and you need to know through public education that you can file a lawsuit against a person, or that criminal charges can be brought against a person. And the more these things happen, and the more the court rules in the right way of justice in these matters, in terms of digital justice for the person who has been harmed digitally, then when we put on a lens of digital justice, just like how I'm putting on a lens of digital law enforcement, we are able to see that people will respond more reasonably.
The news was recently visited by a woman who complained that she was in fear of her life as people were incorrectly identifying her as a suspect in the composite sketch. Golding promises legal challenge to any further postponement of local government election. Opposition leader Mark Golding is promising a legal challenge if there is any attempt by the Jamaican government to further postpone the holding of the local government election. The Holness administration this year delayed the holding of the local government election for a third time, citing a lack of funding. Despite the opposition to the move, the government used its majority in the House of Representatives and the Senate to push through the postponement. Mr. Golding, referencing the Privy Council ruling in the case brought by the opposition in Trinidad and Tobago, challenging the legality of the postponement of the local government polls there, said to further extend the life of the local government representatives would be problematic. He was addressing the St. Anne's Bay Divisional Conference of the People's National Party recently. The Privy Council had ruled in the case of Trinidad and Tobago that it was unconstitutional for the government led by Dr. Keith Rowley to delay the holding of the polls. Stressing that councillors are elected for a fixed term, he declared that to extend that term beyond the period that the electors have chosen that person for is a breach of democracy. The constitutionality of any further postponement in Jamaica will be tested in the court challenge brought by the opposition, he said.
When you elect a councillor, you elect a councillor for a fixed term. And therefore, to extend that term beyond the period that the electors have chosen that person for is a breach of democracy. And in the run-up to passing the 3 strategic laws, prior to that, we had amended the Constitution, the People's National Party government, to put local government in the Constitution. And the Constitution says that there shall continue to be a system of democratic local governance. Now, let me tell you, if them feel them can extend it again, we are going to take them to court. And we are going to test the constitutionality of that. And I am very confident that our courts will not allow that.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.